Hey, what's up guys? So it's that time of year where we get to see all these trailers and reveals for a ton of new and upcoming games, and recently at Summer Game Fest, a lot of interesting titles were announced, including a pretty unexpected one. Saw Genesis, an upcoming 3v1 asymmetrical horror game. Billy the Puppet made an appearance on stage.
Wait, that's Billy from Saw?
And yup, you heard that right, we're finally getting a new Saw game. Let me just say that I have been wanting a new Saw game so bad since it's one of my favorite horror franchises, and I never got to play the older games that came out in like the 2000s, and I was shaking in my boots when I saw this announcement. And honestly, I never really expected the possibility of getting it like made into an asym, so I don't know, like I know there's a lot of great single player story games out there, but honestly, the fact that it's an asym means more replayability, and it's another game for me to dive into, so personally, I'm really hyped for this. So today we're going to go over everything we know so far, but before that, the channel is so close to hitting 2,000 subs, so if you like these type of discussion videos as well as gameplays, be sure to like and subscribe for more asym horror content. I cover games like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Dead by Daylight, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Halloween, more coming on that soon, and any other games I find interesting that I think you guys might enjoy too. So, alright, let's get into it. So Saw Genesis is a 3 vs 1 asymmetrical horror game set in the Saw universe, the first of its kind. The game takes place 100 years before Jigsaw during the aftermath of World War I. Then the two sides that we have are the judge and the accused. So the judge is the one configuring the traps and is essentially the one pulling the strings for the things the accused have to try to escape from. And the accused are the three players who have to work together to survive the trap-filled environment by completing challenges and escaping before the time runs out. And then they posted an image and it says, "Experience how it all began 100 years ago. In the chaotic post-war landscape of the early 1920s, certain individuals emerged, driven by a desire to fix the broken world and prevent such disasters from ever occurring again. The seeds of a new philosophy began to sprout, born from the harsh experience of war. Certain people came to believe that the sins of the past burden all people and that, in order to shed this weight, a price must be paid, a price exacted in flesh." Okay, so let's hop on over to the store page on Steam where it goes into a little bit more detail. Alright, so it reads, "Set in the grim aftermath of World War I, Saw Genesis allows you to play on either side of a 3v1 confrontation in intense matches that take place on procedurally generated maps. Step into the role of the judge, an early architect of Jigsaw's philosophy, manipulating the trial and its prisoners from behind the scenes, or play as one of the three accused looking to escape the deadly labyrinth through teamwork and sacrifice. Shaped by their experiences in the Great War, the judge is dedicated to rehabilitating humanity through pain and sacrifice. Customize your approach with perks and traps, then seek to control the match from the shadows. Unlike other asymmetrical multiplayer games, the judge is physically vulnerable and cannot overpower the accused through sheer force alone. So you really gotta use strategy, and I like that. It's interesting. It says, build your strategy around your character's distinct advantages, such as exclusive access to hidden corridors and a noise detection map, hallucinogenic gas, and paralyzing toxins that distract and immobilize the accused, an accomplice that can be summoned to drag the accused into rehabilitation traps. Your goal is to rehabilitate the accused, making them choose between life and limb rather than killing them. Live or die, they make their choice. The three accused find themselves in a trap-filled environment where only collaboration and their will to live can give them a chance at survival. Coordinate with teammates to complete challenges, scavenge items, and collect keys before time runs out. Each match drops you into a procedurally generated map where routes shift, plans break, and every mistake gives the judge a greater advantage. Your greatest threat isn't just the traps that could be around every corner. It's the pressure you face as time runs out. As your will decreases, progress becomes more difficult, and eventually you become vulnerable to becoming ensnared in one of the judge's intricately engineered rehabilitation traps, forcing you to decide between sacrificing a body part to escape, relying on your teammates to rescue you in time. These choices have permanent consequences for the match. Damage your arm and it will be harder to complete puzzles and fight back. Injure a leg and you'll move slower, becoming easier to corner. Survival is possible, but you may not survive intact. Man, I love this. This is brutal. Saw Genesis is built for short, intense matches where no two trials play out the same. Over the course of the game, you'll experience procedurally generated levels that maximize replayability, dilemmas and puzzles inspired by the Saw franchise, rehabilitation traps with meaningful, lasting consequences, a unique power dynamic where the judge controls the game from the shadows, but the accused can find moments to fight back with smart coordination and physical force. Make a choice, pay the price, let the games begin. So I just want to mention there's supposed to be a closed alpha starting, I believe, next month, which I can't believe that's so soon. But yeah, so be sure to sign up if you want to have a chance to have an early look at that, and I'll link the site with all the game info below. Man, I have always wanted a game like this because those are some of my favorite aspects of horror asyms, and you know, just horror games in general. It's just the immersion and the strategy from both sides, and it looked like this game is heavily playing into that and how it shapes the gameplay. I really like how being the judge gives the player a unique role to play rather than only being able to be the ones in the traps. And you know, it's not just like killer versus survivor. It's like, I don't know, it just seems a lot more unique. So I'm really interested to see how that's going to play out in this type of asymmetrical game. And I do main the pig, aka Amanda, from Saw in Dead by Daylight, with one major reason of that being just like the aspect of survivors having to search to remove the reverse bear traps. So getting to actually sort of play that role but have like a more creative control, I guess, of it in a dedicated Saw game, like you're actually part of it, just seems so cool. Like I said, I just love anything related to Saw and strategy and horror and just, you know, everything that this game seems like it's gonna be. So I am beyond excited that they're finally making a new game, let alone an asym based around it. As much as I love the 2000s and 2000s horror and would have loved to see it resemble those times like the films, I think dating it back to an earlier time, sort of like as this origin story, is really interesting, and I'm curious to see where they go with it. But the game was just announced, so we don't know too many specifics yet, but I'll be sure to update you guys as we learn more about it. So let me know your thoughts down below. Are you excited for this game? If you like these type of videos, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more horror asym content. I stream weekly over on Twitch, usually live on Tuesdays and Saturday nights, so be sure to stop by. You can follow me on my socials at JustFancy or at FancyTV for TikTok and Instagram to keep up with the convo for gaming discussions and the latest horror asym news. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.